The members of parliament from the 2017 and 2019 intake, who call themselves the New Conservatives, have made a 12-point plan to cut net migration from 606,000 to 226,000 before the end of 2024. Now, these MPs made some, propositions on how the UK can reduce net migration, and some of the proposals or some of the things they proposed affect those who are planning or currently in the UK on the student visa. Those who are planning to apply for the post-study work visas are also affected, and also those on the skilled worker visa or planning to get to the skilled worker visa, and also those on the care visa are also affected. So many of the visa categories are affected by some of the things proposed by these members of parliament, and their goal majorly is to reduce net migration. And I'll be sharing with you all the proposed measures by these MPs in this video. So if you think this will interest you, don't go anywhere, keep watching till the end. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, please hit the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into. Net migration has been one of the top issues the members of parliament are having as regards the increasing and uncontrollable number of people moving into the UK on different or various visa categories. And they've been having a lot of meetings in the House of Parliament whereby most of the MPs have been sharing and airing their opinions on the kind of measures they need to put in place in order to reduce net migration in the UK, and how the increased net migration has been affecting housing and all the part of the UK economy. So the first proposal, or one of the proposals they made as regards measures that they should take in order to reduce net migration from 606,000 people to 206,000, is that they plan stopping graduating overseas students from staying on in the UK for up to 2 years to find work, and extending the closure of the student dependent route that allows the student's family member to access the job market. These two measures could cut the number of net migration by 125,000. Now, this proposed measure basically is just to ensure that people coming to the UK to study are to ensure that they return back to their home country upon completion of the program, meaning the 2 years post-study work visa. The plan is to put a stop to it. Now, my thoughts around this basically is the post-study work visa is one of the things, or should I say, is a major reason why most people have chosen the UK to be their destination country. Now, another member of parliament stood up to say that if they decide to stop the post-study work visa and the UK become unattractive to international students, then the funding that comes from the universities into the UK economy would definitely be reduced and stopped, and this will in turn affect the UK economy. So there was like a back and forth conversation around the proposition or the proposed measure to stop the post-study work visa. Honestly, in my own opinion, I think it's going to do the UK more harm than good if they decide to stop the post-study work visa, because trust me, the number of people coming to the UK on the student visa will probably reduce by 90%, because I can remember when this particular post-study was brought back, the demand for pounds in Nigeria increased drastically compared to what it used to be before the post-study work visa. So I think this measure is definitely going to affect them if they decide to put a stop to the post-study work visa. Now, another measure put forward by the New Conservatives include closing temporary schemes that grant eligibility for worker visas to care workers and senior care workers in order to reduce long-term inward migration by 82,000. Honestly, when I read this, I actually laughed, to be honest. I was like, what's the possibility of them closing or stopping people from moving into the UK on the care visa whereby even despite the fact that a lot of people are coming on the care visa, the health sector is still facing shortage occupation. I can remember a couple of weeks ago they announced that the government is trying to bring in about 200,000 nurses into the UK before the end of, I think, 2027 or 2025 or something. So how will they decide to close or stop the care visa, just because they're planning to reduce net migration, which I feel it's really a ridiculous move, and it's definitely not something that should be passed into law. Now, the members of parliament also advocate only allowing in skilled workers who earn £38,000 a year or more. This could reduce long-term inward migration by 54,000 people a year, and this is their claim. So their claim is that if you're not earning, or if you don't get a job that pays at least £38,000, you can't apply for the skilled worker visa. And one of the members of parliament also stood up to raise a concern as regards to that particular measure, that this is going to reduce the number of talent the UK needs from the overseas to boost the economy. So if they're limiting the salary of those coming into the UK to be 38,000, the question now is, what is the minimum wage in the UK? So if you're asking an international applicant to earn at least £38,000 before he or she can get a skilled worker visa in the United Kingdom, so how much are those who are citizens earning annually in the United Kingdom? And this is one of the things that the members of parliament decided to raise as some of the proposed measure to reduce net migration into the UK. And also one of the things they decided to also put into play is to put into propose some measures that also influences those applying for the spousal visa. So the proposal is that a raise in the minimum combined income threshold of £26,200 for sponsoring a spouse, or raising the minimum language requirements to B1. This should lead to an estimated 20,000 reduction in net migration. This is claimed by the member of parliament. And these are some of the things. So if you're bringing someone into the UK as your spouse, you need to earn at least £26,200 annually as your minimum, as your salary. And I think you must be on that job for at least 6 months before the application. So what they're proposing is that there should be an increase in this minimum salary so that the number of spousal visa application can also reduce, which will in turn reduce net migration by 20,000. And also they're planning on raising immigration health surcharge, popularly known as IHS, to £2,700 per person a year. Is that a joke? You expect people coming from the overseas to pay £2,700 as IHS fee for a year. So if you're planning, or if you get a skilled worker visa for 5 years, that means you pay 2,700 times 5 plus the amount for the visa fee for a skilled worker visa. Really, is that a joke? Honestly, this is some of the measures they'll be putting on, they're proposing based on their, aim and goal to reduce net migration into the United Kingdom. Another proposed measure by the members of parliament is that a cap of 20,000 on the number of refugees accepted for resettlement in the United Kingdom. Now, this and many others are some of the proposed measures made by the new Conservatives members of parliament as regards reducing net migration into the United Kingdom. And as I said, this will affect people on different visa categories in the United Kingdom. And some of those proposed measures, I think they are on the extreme. And, in my opinion, I think the UK government is going to be hurt more than they're going to gain from those measures if they are passed into law, and many people will no longer find the UK as a destination country. And because the country, or the UK economy, really needs a lot of talent to be able to boost the economy, and I think this is definitely not a good, proposed measure in relation to reducing the number of net migration into the UK. However, you can also share your thoughts around this in the comment section. Let's have a chat on what you think about some of these proposed measures. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time and you find this video resourceful, please click on the like button and also click on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.